Good morning. Hi guys, it's Wednesday. Today I'm in NHS clinic. So yeah, I'm going to bring you along for the day. A day in the life of a UK GP, doctor and mum of two. So Wednesday mornings, Raf goes to the gym early, so he is still at the gym at the moment. It is 7 o'clock. The girls are dressed, the bags are packed, someone needs to pack mine, and I'm just going to make some breakfast when my mum gets here. On a Wednesday, my mum has Athena, and she takes Isabella to nursery and picks her up, because Wednesdays and Thursdays I work from like 8:30 till 6, and Raf has also got long days as well, so the grandparents, what would we do without them? Okay, I'm going to make myself some breakfast real quick. Okay, so I'm out of strawberries and raspberries, so it's just going to be a blueberry porridge because I ain't got time to do anything else fancy. So one day you would come here and you would get all the aesthetic stuff. Like my covers will be aesthetic, my like seeds and nuts will all be in little containers. I'm not there yet, so that basket you saw was an absolute shambles. Hello. Do you see what these girls are up to? Say hi. Adina, say hi.
My name is Isabella.
Oh, hi. And there's Runny Nose. What's your name?
This is my sister Athena.
That's your sister Athena. You guys playing before nursery, before Nana gets here?
Yeah.
Okay, go have fun.
We just stay at your house.
Then at my house, it's our house, I thought. So, you know I'm vegan, I'm like a flexi vegan, I wanted some cheese today. So this is some chili, but I've used like ground walnuts as the mince. With brown rice, and then this is like a little leftover stuff from the weekend from Sunday that I was eating, and I basically made like a little mushroom pastry parcel and some macaroni, and this is my little nuts and dried fruit snack. It's like pecans, cashews and apricots. I know these are full of sugar, but sometimes I need a bit, so that's Nature Valley. I've got that for the afternoon. Good morning!
Good morning!
Yeah, I'm on Sunday.
This is something.
Oh! My mum and dad, they make patties. Yeah, thank you. So I'm going to put these in the fridge. We can have some later this evening, yeah? Yeah, so... No. Izzy? My ears? Isabella, ears?
Everything.
I know. But yeah, so basically because I'm trying to do a bit of intermittent fasting. I try not to eat too late, and so because I don't finish work till 6, I don't get home till 6:30. That's when the girls are going to bed. If I didn't eat dinner at work, I wouldn't eat till like after 8, which is just too late. And so that's why I take 2 meals, and so usually I finish seeing my last patient about 5 o'clock, and then I have an hour to do admin, and that is when I eat my dinner. But anyway, come along with me for the day. We're going to get them ready and we're going to leave in about 15 minutes. Izzy's going to go to nursery, my mum's going to take her, and yeah, that's it. So last night Isabella was having a meltdown because she has a knife and fork and a spoon set that have her name on it, and we went to a family friend's birthday party a few weeks ago and we forgot them there. And then last night she asked for them and we were like, oh, we forgot them, so we were about to order some new ones. But they posted them to us, look! Yay! Oh my gosh, the meltdown that we had yesterday was incredible. Okay.
There you are.
Oh, they're back! Yeah, we have to send a message to Auntie Carol and say thank you.
Yes.
Hi, so I've just gotten to work. Here. Right, let me log in. So on a Wednesday, my first day of the week, like here in clinic, there's always so much to do, so much admin. So I try to get here early. It's 8:15. My first patient's at 8:30, but I just need a minute to actually see the lay of the land and how many tests and everything we sent. But anyway, the podcast I was listening to is Diary of a CEO, one of my favourite podcasts. And it was an interview with Cassie Neistat. He is probably like a massive YouTuber, content creator, and one of the OGs. I don't know who he is, never heard of him until this podcast episode. And usually, when it comes to Diary of the CEO, I love lots of their interviews, but a lot of the time, when they're like rich white men, I'm not that interested. I don't often listen, and it's like I know of them or something, so I don't always listen to it. But for some reason, I did today, and oh my goodness, so interesting. I think I'm only about half an hour into it. And the thing, you know what, I'm gonna say, go and have a listen, because things he was sharing about privilege was just really interesting. I think nowadays a lot of people feel, don't like to acknowledge their privilege, or feel a bit of a way when you say they're privileged or something like that. But the fact is, a lot of us are privileged, and he was talking about his life where his parents were divorced, he was left alone a lot of the time, he left home or kicked out of home when he was 15, had a child when he was 16, had no money, worked as a pot cleaner on like $7 an hour and working 60 hours a week, and had to get free nappies and free milk for his baby from like I don't know what the word would, but the government basically, like whatever or the council, whatever their version is in America. And he just moved to New York, and he quit his job, moved to New York, even though he had a 2-year-old and a lot of stuff. And he was talking about how privileged he is. And he was like, yeah, my dad, he used to sell like old kitchen equipment, so I got jobs at restaurants, and I had nothing to lose because I was only young, and so I got up and moved to New York, because I could move to New York because I lived in the US, or I was born in the US, in the West, and there was none of that hardship that you had like 100 years ago, dying from dental disease, or like actually not being able to feed his baby, because he had the support there, even if it was from like the council or whatever it was. So I used to talk about privilege. I think a lot of the time I see so much this message of like, people sharing like what they've achieved or what they've done, and not really acknowledging the privilege that they have to do it. Like, I've got loads of privilege. I come from a dual parent household, I've got higher education, I was born in the UK, just so many bits of privilege. And so, yeah, it's just really important to acknowledge that, isn't it? When you talk about the successes that you have. And also for perspective too, because sometimes you can feel like really hard done by. Because if I think about, I guess, the things that come along with being a black woman in the West, in the UK, when you're a minority, I could feel very hard done by and stuff. But and that could have hindered my progression in things, or I'm doing a lot of projects now and not all of them are taking off the way I expect them to, but the privilege that I'm able to do that and try again. He was talking about failure, and he was also talking about not everybody's journey is your journey. So he was really determined and persistent because he wanted to become this big high flyer or whatever. But he's like, he had a friend who, when he left home, or when he moved to New York, he gave his friend the pot cleaning job that he had. And his friend now, 25 years later, is still living in the same city. He has an amazing marriage with his amazing wife, and he has 3 children, and his job isn't that different to what he's doing now, but he's so happy and so fulfilled. And it's like everyone's journey is different. And just because he had these big aspirations doesn't mean that his friend's aspirations are really smaller, or his friend's success is really smaller. Anyway, I'm talking loads, but I just found it a really interesting podcast, and especially because it's one that I wouldn't usually listen to. But I've talked so much, it's now 18 minutes past. I've got like 13 minutes before patients come, let me get on. So I realised that I'm in the same spot as when you last left me, but it is now 20 to 2. I've done my morning clinic. I'll actually run through and tell you some of the things that I saw. But also I just had a clinic meeting. It was with the doctors and our pharmacist about cholesterol, managing cholesterol, and about preventing heart disease with cholesterol tablets such as statins and things called ezetimibe and whatnot. And it's a very interesting meeting, because we kind of, after looking at the guidelines, we went into a conversation about lifestyle, when lifestyle comes into it, because we're getting so many patients now who are wanting to stop all the medications and manage things with lifestyle. And as many of you know, I am a lifestyle medicine specialist. I've done my board certification in it, and I'm a big proponent of lifestyle medicine. But what's important is that we don't miss the fact that a lot of the time we do need a bit of help from medications as well. And so if you're somebody that has had a lot of heart disease, high cholesterol, if you've had a heart attack in the past, you often will need medications alongside the lifestyle as well. And the reason for that is because damage has been done. If you've been chronically inflamed for many years, you can do loads of lifestyle, but you may not be able to completely get your cholesterol down. High cholesterol levels, just one area of health, isn't just about the cholesterol that you're taking in, but it's also about your body processing the cholesterol and get it out of your bloodstream. Some people don't have a good process of doing that, and so there's kind of like this reservoir of cholesterol that's there, and although you're reducing down the amount of fat you're putting in, there's no way for it to get out, like the sieve isn't working, and that's when the medications help. And especially if the sieve not been working for years and years and years, expecting it to suddenly start working isn't always realistic. Again, with diabetes, absolutely you can reverse diabetes with lifestyle, but it's not usually micro lifestyle things, it's usually big lifestyle things such as losing significant weight and really significantly changing your diet. But and that's why some medication's there. And if you've been a diabetic for like, I don't know, 15 years, there's probably been some damage to your pancreas and the cells that produce insulin and lots of things like that. And so expecting, and it doesn't mean that you shouldn't try, but putting all of your expectations on being able to reverse it with willpower and with habits isn't always possible. And so we are grateful to modern medicine, and that is why I still work as a GP and I still prescribe medications, because it's all about balance and working it all together. So that's what we were talking about in the meeting. It was very interesting. But anyway, this morning, let me tell you what I saw. So I spoke at a nursing home about a patient with vitamin D and folate deficiency. A woman about vaginal dryness. Vaginal dryness can happen in the perimenopausal period, in menopause, when all those lovely estrogen and female hormones drop. It can make the vagina quite dry and uncomfortable and cause lots of symptoms like uncomfortable sex and symptoms that mimic a urine infection, urinary frequency, so going to the toilet a lot. You can just feel very dry and irritated and itchy down below. So we discussed that. But interesting fact, you can also have vaginal dryness when you're breastfeeding, because when you breastfeed, it keeps your estrogen levels very low, and it keeps your hormone levels low, and so you can get a type of menopausal symptoms that come along with breastfeeding. So yeah, something to note. And so some people, if you're breastfeeding and you're really struggling with dryness down below and uncomfortable sex, it may not just be that you've given birth and your body's changed. It may be because you're breastfeeding and you've not got much hormones. And there are options. Some people choose to use vaginal estrogens, which you can use when you're breastfeeding. There is a risk that it might reduce your milk supply, but not always. But yeah, there's that, and there's just using lubricants, and there's waiting it out until you finish breastfeeding. But yeah, that's just on note. Is my phone ringing? No, it's not. But yeah, I saw them. I saw a woman who's having a lot of hip problems and pains, generalised pains the last couple of years. She started cannabis oil. I'm finding it very useful. Asked if I can prescribe it. I can't under the NHS. There is a lot of research out there, but that is for you to look into. And what else did I see? Some depression reviews, discussing cholesterol MRI results, chilblains, interestingly. A woman with chest pain, which I thought was chest pain, but it ended up sounding more like heartburn, indigestion, acid reflux, so we were managing that at the moment. A baby whose parents thought they were constipated. She's only 12 days old. It ended up being just like a normal variant of the newborn period, which is just so scary a lot of the time when you don't know what's going on and they can't talk to you. Chest infection and some health anxiety. Yeah, it was interesting. But let's go on to the afternoon. Right, so it is 5 to 6 and I'm leaving. I'm going home. Yay! When the gates are open, we're gonna sing Jesus sang. Athena, we're gonna scrub, Right, so it's just turning 8:30. Let me turn it off. So I was watching MasterChef Professionals, which I'm living at the moment. but it's 8:30 or just about to turn 8:30, and I am looking for some Vaseline. Just stepped out of the shower. I've cleaned up from all the dinner mess, and what I've started, actually I started last week, one of my best friends, we get on FaceTime and we have some prayer and devotional time together. We both needed a bit of time for ourselves, like the kids and stuff, and also it's great to catch up with her and see what she's up to, and also to support each other. It's nice having friends with the same faith, and so yeah, I'm going to see if she's ready now, and let's get to it. I've got gym early in the morning tomorrow, so I think it's only going to be a short one, because depending on how much energy I've got, I just need to do a few little things in the house before I go to bed. I may just go straight to sleep, but we'll see. Gosh, I don't know if this vlog has been that interesting today, actually. It's just been a day at work, but you can let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, let's see if she's ready.
You know what? My day has been very busy. I this morning started off with Lucas having his three-year developmental appointment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the nursery nurse.
I didn't know they did a 3-year-old. Did they?
Yeah, the 3-year developmental. So that you got
maybe because she was in nursery. We didn't. So I remember we went to her for a 2-year-old one, but I don't remember a 3-year-old one. If they're in nursery, just do it in nursery. Yeah.
Because she did say to me that once you start school, then you don't have to have.
Yeah, because it all happens.
Like a separate appointment. Yeah. So yeah, I did that today. And then
oh, the reference! I told Raph, I was like how could that? I was like, isn't that plagiarism?
it is. The man is sin. It's like,
how can you just like say it out there? I didn't write this myself.
I'm letting know that I cheated.
Hello and welcome to the De-Stress Podcast with me, Dr. Amanda. On this podcast, we sit down and we unpack the often underestimated impact that stress can have on our lives and our bodies. And I do this through fascinating conversations with experts and people from everyday life. And today's episode is no different. I'm sitting down with an incredible guest called Lauren Johnson Reynolds, and she's also known as the London Wellness Coach. She's going to sit down and tell us about her journey navigating a diagnosis of polycystic ovarian. It can also help you in your journey to wellness, so I really hope you enjoy. Please, if you enjoy this conversation, if you've enjoyed this conversation so far, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, whether you are watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify or Apple. And also, please leave a comment, please please share with people that you think is going to appreciate the conversation. It all helps the message to grow. And something that also really helps is to rate and review the podcast if you are on podcast streaming sites. And so a 5-star review is really appreciated, but anything honest about the conversations and what you found from them would be great as well. So enjoy the episode. Okay, good morning, guys. Let's bring this over here. How are you all doing? It is 6 a.m. Obviously, it's always early, isn't it? It's a Friday and we're vlogging again. Raf is at the gym and the girls are asleep, like properly asleep still, which doesn't happen that often at this time. I have my podcast coming out this weekend, every Sunday. So every Sunday a new podcast. And although the episodes and the interviews are all recorded, I still got to do my intros and outros. And I'm just trying to find time to sit down and do them all. But this morning there's a bit of time. And so I've done this week's. I'm just going to put it all together now. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. What are you guys? How are you guys? Have you been enjoying the vlog so far? Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Please like, please share if you're enjoying the content. Today is Friday. It is hair day. It's actually, because it's coming up to Christmas, what's the date today? I think it's the 15th. We're 10 days out from Christmas. Yeah, that's right, we've got 10 days out till Christmas. And Isabella's birthday is on the 28th. Usually when I do the girls' hair, I try and do 2 weeks at a time. But because there's so much happening, I'm going to do her hair today for next week. And so it's just going to be a quick style for both the girls. And then it's going to be like the Christmas weekend and Christmas Day. And so I'm going to undo their hair and wash it and blow dry it and moisturize it. And probably they're going to have like nice styles each day. well, not each day, but let me think. How should I do this? I'll probably do one, next week for Christmas weekend at church, and that will lead us into Christmas Day and Boxing Day. And then, oh no, I'm working on the 27th. Yeah, probably on Boxing Day, I'll redo the girls' hair in the evening. So that is ready for, and I'll do something really nice for Isabella's birthday. And then I'll probably redo it and do like an intricate longer style, and that's going to last her 2 weeks, and she'll have that ready for a birthday party on Sunday. I'm not someone that has done a birthday party for the kids before. Isabella was born in lockdown, and also I can't say I'm not a believer because I don't care what other people do, but I didn't really want to do a birthday party for like 1, 2, 3 when they're so little and they don't really know what's going on. Granted, 3 they know a bit more, and we always have her god siblings and nieces and nephews and stuff over, but this year she's 4, and I thought I wasn't going to start doing parties until she was in school, but she's been asking and she loves parties so much. So it's not a big party, so next year I think we're going to do the big party, like rent out a hall, get a kids entertainer, have proper food and bouncy castles and activities, face painting, like a proper party. But I think that this year, I've booked like a role play centre where, it's all like just one big room basically, where there's a cafe area where all the adults can sit, and then you go through and you can see everything, like from the moment you walk in you can see everything, so there's nothing to climb on really, and so the kids can kind of play without us like being in there, and like with soft play when they're little you kind of got to be in there, isn't it? And so it's got like a vet, a supermarket, a farm, a doctor's, a dentist, a construction site, a cafe, all of that role play, a firefighter place, a police office. So yeah, they're gonna do that. There's about 20 kids coming. We're only there for an hour and a half. I'm just doing like a little fruit platter and some patties. And I think they play for like 45 minutes, then they pause, they come out to the cafe area, we sing happy birthday, she blows out the candle, and then they get to play for another half an hour. And then people that have come a bit further afield, there's a lot of local people, but people that have come a bit further afield, I'm just making like a quick dinner or a lunch at ours, like just lasagna or garlic bread and some dessert or something, so they can have a good meal before they head back. And it's on New Year's Eve as well, so people want to get home. But that's what I'm doing this year. Anyway, yeah, while the kids sleep, look at this room. I feel like this is just real life, isn't it? It's what I'm trying to show, real life. I feel like I'm just always tidying and cleaning when I'm on this vlog, but that's what I do. I do a lot of that. Okay, let's go. I don't know who I was kidding. Like literally, as I put the camera down, Athena woke up. You can actually hear her. I'm just warming up her milk, and then, you know what, I'd made so many mistakes yesterday. I forgot to ask my mom to undo, okay, let's turn that down. I forgot to ask my mom to undo Athena's hair, so I've got to undo it this morning, which usually I don't have to do. You just have to wash it and style it. And last night, me and Raf decided to watch my shoulder, my back was really hurting, but we decided to watch like the last 2 episodes of Culprit. It's on Disney if you've not watched it. It's quite good. I didn't like the ending, but no, I liked the ending, but I didn't like the very, very ending. I'm not going to do spoilers, but the last scene, I thought, what the hell? And my mum brain kicked in, I was like, that would not happen. Maybe it would, maybe dads are different. I don't know, they shouldn't be. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't tidy up the house. All the stuff from dinner hasn't been tidied. No laundry's been put away. The playroom is still a bit messy. And I've got the 2 girls. Gosh, what a disaster. Anyway, let's get this kid. Okay, water. I know. Athena!
Athena! That's Athena? Yeah. Almost say Athena.
Yeah, can you say Athena?
Cheese.
Okay, eat your food. Wow, Athena. Don't put it up because you'll fall over.
Yes, I ate. Eat all. Stop. I'll do some white and at the bottom now.
Whatever you like, whatever colours you like, okay?
This one, let's. That's a lollipop. I actually done a lollipop, mommy.
Oh, good job, Miss.